from. So you need to be self-aware and say, like, okay, look in the mirror, where am I actually slacking, and how do I avoid the slacking?
Yeah. And where does that mindset come from? Because not a lot of people, I think, would say to themselves, well, I just work 2 jobs, it's 11 p.m., it's pitch black, I want to go to the gym right now. Not a lot of people say that. So where does that discipline come into play?
I think pain. I think there's 2 reasons why people make any change in their life is the avoidance of pain or the gaining of pleasure. That's what I believe. And at the time I was going through pain, went through a heartbreak, was cheated on in a past relationship. I had no self-worth for myself. And I said, what else am I going to do with all this energy? So I was tired, but I was also tired of being tired. I was tired of being insecure. So you gotta look at both scenarios in life, and you need to look at it with an open mind, saying like, okay, I am tired. I do want to go to bed, but I also don't want to wake up tomorrow and not like what I see in the mirror. I'm also tired of not wanting to take my shirt off around the pool, or being overlooked by people, or not taken seriously. So there was a lot of pain I went through in life. But I will say, for people that the worst place you could be in is comfortable, right? If you're sitting in a comfy chair, you don't want to get up off that chair. If there's a spike on that chair, you're not going to sit there too long. No. It's going to be uncomfortable. So you got to create discomfort in your life, but you also got to flip the sword and say the gaining of pleasure. How good could my life look? How much healthier could I be? How much more energy could I have? And that's the hardest part, because people that have never experienced it before don't know what it's like to optimize their nutrition and feel healthy. So that's where you kind of have to play the what if game a little bit, or have someone like you or me or another professional tell them, like, this is what you're supposed to feel like. You're not supposed to feel tired when you wake up in the morning. You just slept for 8 hours for a reason. There's certain things we need to focus on here. So that's how I judge my life, is the avoidance of pain and gaining of pleasure. That's why people make changes in life.
Yeah, and I think in the pain-pleasure aspect, I think both of them accompany each other for everything. There is the short term and then the long term. So sitting in that comfy chair, the short-term pleasure is definitely there. It's comfortable, life is good, you're comfy, you don't want to get up. But then afterward, if you keep there for too long, you're just not going to go anywhere. You're not going to progress. You're going to start to feel worse in that comfy chair. So the pain accompanies it. Whereas on the flip side, if you were to get up, and let's say, just to use fitness as an example, going to the gym at 11 p.m., yeah, it's pretty painful. You want to go to sleep. You're not comfortable. You're pretty uncomfortable going to the gym that late after working out. You're tired, whatever. But later comes the pleasure of, one, the self-satisfaction, like you actually did it. You're consistent. And I think that's like the self-gratitude. That's one of the biggest pleasures that at least I get in my life whenever I actually achieve a goal that I wanted to. And then 2, just being actually like the physical pleasure, just like I feel good about myself. I feel good moving around. So I think that's a great analogy, that you have the pain and the pleasure, and you just kind of have to choose which is leading to, because they're both there. It's what is it, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret? That's what people have to choose between the 2.
Yes, it's super true. I think you're absolutely right. Like the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, you got to choose which pain you want to deal with. There's pain, no matter what, you're gonna have pain in life. And I say you might as well control your pain. Control what pain you go through in life, because then you're in control. If you don't take control of what pain you want to experience, like waking up earlier than you want to, ice baths, for example, you don't have to do that, but that's a form of pain. Going to the gym isn't comfortable. You're putting your body under stress, literally. But if I get to control the pain in my life, then I feel like I'm in control. And then when I'm in the grocery store later, I knew I was in control of the gym. Now I'm going to be in control of what food I put in my body. Now I'm going to be in control of how I treat my peers, or how I treat my girlfriend, or how I treat people I care about. So I'm in control. I don't want to be a bag in the wind anymore, ending up wherever life takes me.
Yeah, and how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you can at least set for yourself an example of how I should feel in control with one thing, it'll bleed into the other aspects of your life. And then I think that'll just make you an overall well-rounded person. And so that's another topic I wanted to touch on too, where I know a lot of people, especially in like the business space, 'cause that's something I'm starting to get interested in too, how to grow business, yada yada. But a lot of it, people do say like the number one thing you should do is be fit, get in shape. And so when you hear that off the rip, it's kind of like, this makes no sense. How does
Mhm.
being fit correlate with making money if I'm not a fitness influencer? If I'm trying to make a candy company,
Yep.
how does being fit into that?
Mhm.
And so, what do you think the answer is?
Oh, I love this question. Great question. So, first of all, fitness changed everything for me. It allowed me to believe in myself a little bit more. So if you're struggling with belief, you're not going to put in the work necessary in anything in life. Like, you got to believe in yourself first in order for anyone to believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe yourself, a significant other isn't going to believe in you. A coworker isn't going to believe in you. Someone hiring you isn't going to believe in you. A client isn't going to believe in you. So you have to have belief in yourself first, and you earn that every day. But I would say, what's going to chop down a tree better? A dull axe or a sharp axe?
Sharp axe.
Right. So when you take care of your body, you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to have better self-esteem. It actually improves cognitive function. Okay. And this is what I tell college students too. I say, listen, I would much rather work out for an hour and study for 2 hours than study for 3 hours and not work out for an hour. Why? Because if I work out for an hour, my blood's going to be pumping. I'm going to have more confidence. I'm going to think clearer. And then the 2 hours I'm studying, although it's 1 hour less, that study time's going to be more efficient because I'm a sharper axe now.
Right.
I only need to take 5 swings at the tree instead of 1,000. So it's going to be the same thing with business. It's going to be the same thing with taking care of your family. If you can move quicker, if you have more confidence. And these are all science-backed things that exercise does for you.
I was going to mention, too, there's actually been a bunch of recent studies coming out now that there's actually proteins that are released when you work out, like via your muscles, that are only released via contraction. So actually working out and doing stuff, not just like thinking about working out and this and that. But these proteins do act on your neuronal system, so your brain, and they make you feel good, one, but two, they make it work more efficiently. So you actually are at a higher thought power. So if you do work out and then go study afterward, it actually might be at a physical, biological level more efficient.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
But people know these things too. Like, people know they feel better after working out.
Oh, yeah.
People know it's like, oh, I just feel sharper. I feel good when I'm eating good. I feel good when I work out. It just helps to know that, like, there is like actual biological scientific basis around it, not just the placebo effect. But anyways, that was just my little scientific side.
Oh, 100%. I'm glad you shared that. People need to hear that. Listen to that again. Rewind that 15 seconds and actually listen to that. And we're not just talking for fun here, because these are things that we actually did in our own life that has helped us through our own experience as well. And science backs it up. But that's my answer to that, is that fitness is the most important thing you can ever do in your life. The more you go on social media now, you're going to hear everyone saying it. Millionaires are saying it. Anyone that is successful in life is going to say it. Eventually, even Mr. Beast.
Yeah, and
see that guy?
Yeah, I did see.
He's got like a 6-pack now.
Yeah.
Because he can't be doing that output forever.
Right.
And longevity is super important. It's not just about like one thing. It's about continuously doing.
And also too, I mean, what good is to have a bunch of money if you don't even have your health? It's 100%. Just at the end of the day, if you're on your deathbed, you're thinking to yourself, would you rather have another $1 million, or would you rather have your health back? And I think anyone in their right mind would probably say they want their health back. And so why waste the time now? Get in your good health now. Get in your optimal state. You can always get more money, but you can't get back your health if you've already lost it to a degree where that's it. So let's just try to prevent all the mishaps from happening now. And I think that'll put you on a trajectory to even get more money if that's what you're looking for, or just become successful in any realm. Successful doesn't mean just monetarily. Right. It can be within your relationships. If you want to fix your marriage, I think fitness teaches you a lot of these principles of discipline. Doing the things you know you should be doing even when you don't feel like doing it. If sometimes you and your wife or your loved one get into a fight, you don't feel like loving them in that moment, but you do it anyway because that's just what you have to do. It's the right thing to do. It's what you need to do, and it's being consistent. And love is with consistency as well. You can't have love one day and then hatred the next day. And so that comes with consistency and discipline, which I think fitness is a good example. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's a very good example, and it's applicable to almost any realm of human endeavor that I can possibly think of.
100%.
So that's what at least I've noticed in my life.